The Russian forces are making some significant advances and are employing aggressive tactics across multiple fronts. The balance of power appears to be tilting in Moscow's favor again. And our next story examines the current situation and also its potential implications for the ongoing war in Ukraine. Take a look.
In a bold demonstration of military might, Russia has intensified its offensive operations on multiple fronts, showcasing a concerning ability to project force both within and beyond its borders. Russia has increased the sharpness of its attack on Kursk. Moscow has released these images showing Sukhoi Su-34 fighter bombers conducting bombing runs on Russian soil currently under Ukrainian control. Russia's military claims that 400 Ukrainian personnel were killed in the Kursk region in the last 24 hours. Moscow has also released images showing destruction of Western weapons used by Ukraine. Russia's relentless bombardment of Ukraine this week has showcased its formidable arsenal of attack drones and missiles. The nationwide strikes, which targeted over 15 regions, involved a devastating combination of drones, cruise missiles and hypersonic Kinzhal missiles. These attacks have inflicted significant damage to Ukraine's infrastructure, including its critical energy grid. Returning the favor, Ukrainian drones struck 2 fuel depots in southwest Russia's Rostov region. On the battlefield of eastern Ukraine, Russia continues to inch forward, claiming more territory. As Russian forces close in on Pokrovsk, a crucial logistical hub in the Donbas region, concerns are mounting over the town's potential capture. Falling into Russian hands, Pokrovsk would severely disrupt Ukrainian supply lines along the eastern front and bolster Moscow's campaign to seize the strategically important city of Chasiv Yar. Bureau Report, WION World is One.
All right, now to give us more perspective in terms of what is happening at this moment in the Russia-Ukraine war, we're being joined by Dr. Lada El Roslicki, who's a founder at Black Trident Defense and Security Consulting Group. She's, of course, joining us on this broadcast. Now, Doctor, let me in fact start off by asking you with what is happening in the last 48 hours of this battle, where Russia seems to have bombed Ukraine in what is being described as perhaps the biggest air raid since the war began. It's a barrage of missiles and drones with which Russia has struck Ukraine. How bad is the situation at the moment?
The situation is very bad, and it is the largest attack that Ukraine has experienced since the beginning of the big war, which started in 2022. We had hundreds of missiles and hundreds of drones that have been supplied by Iranians, and we also have issues of Chinese and North Korean effects. So people here are suffering. You can see that I'm having technical difficulties. We have very limited access to electricity. And also what we had experienced is that a Russian missile hit a major dam not too far from Kyiv. And although structurally no damage has been caused, if that dam goes, like the dam went in Novokhovka, most of Kyiv and all the way down to the Black Sea, we will be flooded. So the situation is extremely tense. People are tired, and Russia is not showing any sign that it is willing to talk about peace, whatever, in any capacity.
You know, it's interesting that you brought out this talk about peace, because the Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky had said that the reason why Ukraine is carrying out the incursion into Kursk is to make Russia negotiate on fairer terms. Do you think this Kursk strategy to bring Russia to the negotiating table, is that working at all, or has that backfired?
Well, it's not backfiring, and from a strategic perspective, it makes sense because according to international law, any country who is under attack has a right to defend itself by reaching into the territory of the attacker, aggressor, in order to limit the damage, the armaments and the manpower that they are bringing into the territory. What I am concerned about is that although it's a very good strategy and everybody is on pins and needles here, it should not be used as a red herring to take away people's perspective and attention away from what is actually happening in Ukraine and the territories that the Russian Federation has occupied and continues to gain kilometers all along our eastern borders.
Now, the Ukrainian military and, of course, the Ukrainian president who's been very vocal on this issue, he said that the Western nations must allow Ukraine to use long-range missiles to strike targets inside the Russian territory from where Russia is launching its missiles and drones. But the fact is, so far, the Western nations have not allowed Ukraine to do so. To what extent do you think this strategy by the West, not letting Ukraine strike at targets inside Russia from where rockets and missiles are being launched, has hamstrung Kiev's defense?
Well, it has done that without a doubt. And more so, it is feeding the Russian narrative that the Western allies and partners of Ukraine really don't care about Ukraine and that this is a proxy war. That having been understood, while we are being majorly victimized, we are also seeing that the European Union and the United States are being targeted very severely from their energy perspective, and also from Russian agencies that are starting to organize terrorist attacks in the European Union. So it seems it's taking a very long time, but it seems that finally we do see some movement that they understand that some of the requirements for the peace negotiations, which are planned for November, oddly, are going to be recognized because the energy security, nuclear security is starting to have a severe impact for the Euro-Atlantic community.
All right, we'll have to leave there. Thank you very much indeed, Dr. Lada Roslicki, for joining us and getting us that perspective there. For all the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.